There once was a place enchanting your darkest desires. There once was a road that crossed all your tranquility. A fight for true love, a fall for timeless lust, secrets of the labyrinth, destroyed bonds at the glance in a mirror. Hearts closed, thorns in prison, a spirit hardened. Rise up, warrior, confess your truth. Join us inside Black Garden. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to the Creative Dominion podcast with their host, Darklaw, and welcome to another episode of the Black Garden series, episode 15, with Bashir and Pebbles Crudup out of New Jersey, part of the Crown Me Queen podcast, a newer podcast that just hit the region. I'm excited to have you guys on here. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Great. How you doing? My name is Pebbles. I am the creator and founder of the podcast that hopefully you guys will be seeing, Crown Me Queen. I also married. This is my husband, Bashir, sitting next to me. We have 4 amazing kids, and we're just happy to be on here with you.
Awesome. And so very excited to have you guys on the Black Garden. And again, Black Garden releasing September 2024. Stay tuned for the trailer coming out for the official date. So all the listeners and viewers, you'll have to stay tuned for that coming out shortly. As I start with every episode, in general, but especially for the Black Garden, everything said here today may not resonate with you. Like I said, you might be listening, you may not be married, you may not even be in a relationship, or you may have been widowed or going through divorce. But I want you to take one thing that resonates as we speak here today that you can apply daily to your life to decrease the domain of your mind and again continue to become the best version of yourself and focus on your assignment. And so without further ado, I hope the thorns within the Black Garden, I hope nothing is said here today, hurt your feelings too much, or the thorns of the Black Garden don't prick you too much. So make sure you have your Band-Aids and your peroxide with you when you join inside. And so welcome inside Black Garden. And so with that being said, how long have you guys been married?
2 years.
Awesome. And so again, y'all, Bashir and Pebbles, 2 years of marriage. So still in the newer phase of marriage. So very great perspective that they'll bring here to the Black Garden. And so with that being said, how did you guys first meet?
Well, it's crazy. We met on Facebook. My sister introduced us. Commented on her post. My sister posted, and from there on, we just started posting and started investing in each other over the over Facebook, and then we finally met. And we noticed that we lived about 2 minutes apart from each other. So that's how we kicked it off on Facebook.
Awesome. And so you guys are the reason why Yo Gotti made that song that goes down in the DMs. Amen.
Right.
Right.
That song
That's
is fun.
interesting. Right. And so I love you guys said that because for those of you viewing and listening that think online dating just sucks or that it doesn't work, Pebbles and Bashir are a living example of that you can have a healthy, happy marriage and meet on social media. And so I just want to encourage everybody listening. Maybe you're like, maybe I done tried Tinder, maybe I done tried. I know there's actually a dating function on Facebook for those of you that didn't know, but everybody knows like you can slide in DMs. And so I just want to encourage those of you out there that are maybe trying the online dating thing or maybe had bad luck with it. Stay consistent. stay committed and focus on becoming the best version of yourself. And you too, if you choose to, could find your one through social media. And so, as you guys were, what was going through your mind when you guys first like got introduced to each other?
Ah,
That's a good question.
when we first got introduced to each other, I remember him. I was staying on Shepherd, and I remember him walking up with these little working dinky pants, and his nails was all dirty. And we sat on the porch, and I said, "Let me see your nails," and started cleaning them. And we was just talking from there. But it wasn't really like someone just like introduced us. In the process of us talking is how we came about, and me realizing that a female that I worked with for about 3 to 4 years at a nursing home, that this was her stepbrother. And it was like that. The world is small for her. For me to have been around her and never met him. And then another friend of ours, she said that she always wanted us to meet, but we never got a chance to. So he just, I don't know. For some reason, they always wanted us to meet, but we never met on their terms.
Right. We have like a set of friends that I hang with, and that she had a set of friends that she hang with, but we never met each other. Like we always went out, but we never met each other. So it was kind of strange how we had mutual friends around us, and we just never met. So
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And so, is that's kind of cool how life works.
you know,
Having to how life works is that it was destiny. I always say it was destiny. God puts people in your life at the right time. They put people in your life at the right time, and despite, like I said, you guys kind of like hit and miss and like knowing of each other but not knowing each other. That's really a cool story because I'm a firm believer that when the time was right, then you guys were able to meet. And I hope the viewers heard that. Again, she had on the dicky pants and the dirty nails. Um,
yeah, I was coming from work. I was coming from work. That's what it was.
Yeah, he was just coming from work, getting ready to pick up his daughter. So we had 3 together, and then we had one, by somebody else.
Yeah, outside of it.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, man. I love you
So
said that because I want to encourage the women out there. Still find there's nothing wrong with a man that likes to work. You want to always have a handyman. I just feel like within social media in today's society, we kind of look at the cars, you look at the house, you kind of look at the suits and the fly, the Jordans and all that stuff on social media, but we miss in translation, the work it put in to achieve those, fancier things in life, behind the scenes, Monday through Friday, those same people that post in those nice outfits, they're going to work daily to, provide for their families and provide that lifestyle. And so I just want to encourage those few women out there that's like maybe see a man that, maybe he's a mechanic and he always has oil on his shirt or, rough hands, that's still a good man to, court. And then vice versa for the men, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Don't be afraid to be a man's man and, you know, work and provide for your family.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
And
our outlook and what got us even more compatible, our outlook on life was pretty much the same. We was both single parents at the time. My daughter stayed with me, she had her son, they both was the same age. And we was both just working, going home, regular, just trying to take care of our kids. So that kind of like brought us together even more because we was both, single parents for that particular time in that moment. So, that played a big part of us, really recognizing like, okay, she may be the one or he may be the one, but we're gonna see what happens. Let's see what chases there. And but 12 years later, we got 4 kids in total, married 2 years, you know. So that was kind of cool.
I love what you said there because I hope you guys heard that because what they said really, I hope that provided hope for some of you viewing out there because, like, myself, I'm also, well, they're married now, but, I am also a single parent, a single father of twin boys. They're 6. And I want to speak on that a little bit from both perspectives. So whoever wants to go first, but what was your mindset, trying to date as a single parent? Because I think I'll talk a little bit after you guys answer, but I just think that it's becoming more difficult in today's society, just trying to balance, your parental values with the other person. So whoever wants to go first, but what was you guys' mindset as you were dating as a single parent?
Well, my mindset was because I was a homebody, just taking my daughter, going to take her to school, coming back home, cooking, whatever, going to sleep. And she had the same outlet, going home, cooking, being with her son, taking him to school, et cetera, et cetera. So we did things in-house. So we, like, she would bring her son over to my house or vice versa, bring my daughter to the house and we, have dinner, watch movies. So we did family things in so much little time, because we wasn't able to really go out and, to the movies or watch different things because we always had our kids. So that kind of put us together quick too.
Basically everything you just said. Basically everything he just said. I was actually getting out of a relationship, and at this point, I guess because it's been 2 years for him and he's changed. Well, he wasn't going out anymore and things like that. I guess he wanted to get back to it. That started to bother me. It's okay to have change in relationships and things like that, but it has to be positive. Not you going out there, you're drinking and you're doing this. Now you're disrespecting the woman that you're coming home to. It was just a little bit too much. So just so happened, last year he came around and it's something that I want to try. Sometimes you have to. I was into like the dreads and things like that, so I just kind of wanted to try something different. And my ex, he didn't have kids, so it was like always okay. Yeah, let's go party. And at one point, I was a party person or whatever. But I liked the woman that I became when I was with him. Then once I got with Bashir, I felt the same way. I liked the woman that I was becoming. And I didn't want to do the partying and things like that. I wanted somebody that was like in the house like me. It's okay to go out and do this, that, and the third, but I was more so in the house now, with my kid and things like that. It's just kind of the same. Everything that he just said, the mindset of him being and doing the things that I was doing.
I love that you said that, and I want to pause on that. I want you to speak on that. You said you are proud of the woman you are becoming. And before I let you speak on that, I encourage everyone that's listening, when you're dating, you want to be with somebody that is helping elevate you as you elevate yourself. You don't want to be with somebody that's holding you down or holding you back or deterring you from focusing on your assignment. And so I'll let you speak on that transformation to the woman you're becoming and how your relationship with Bashir, helped cultivate that and help you continue to stay focused and stay accountable to yourself.
Um, I always said, like in high school, I always wanted to have twins, right? I always wanted to have twins. I always wanted to be married. I always wanted to have a house with the white gate. Probably sound like some movie stuff, but that's just where I was at with it at that time. But I always knew I wanted to get married. That's just the point to it. We can't be out here as women saying, "Oh, I want a husband and I want to do this," and we out here on the dance floor twerking and we doing this and we doing that. Like how is that, gonna be possible? So yeah, like I said, I like the woman I was becoming. I like to just want to show him things that I was capable of doing. And I know nowadays people be like, "Oh girl, you shouldn't be washing his clothes and making him dinner." But to me, it's like, how is he supposed to know what I'm capable of doing? How is he supposed to make that decision if I'm the one to become his wife or not, if we're not doing them things? So I've just always been like that. Wanting to cook and clean and be there, for someone. I just feel like that shit gave me the opportunity to do that. And as we brought our kids into it, it got him to see the mother side of me, the woman that I could be. We moved in together. Now you get to see how this 50-50 thing goes with like bills and when you're on one leg and then, I'm on one leg. So it kind of got him to see everything that I was basically capable of. So now it's like, okay, now we going on years now. Now we on the third kid and it's like, okay, you don't see marriage. I mean, you don't see marriage yet. So yeah, he gave me the opportunity to be able to show him me on all levels. And I love it. To this day, I love it. Even when I feel like he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, I feel like I still have to do that because that's the person that I am. And I wouldn't want to be with nobody that's going to make me change. Because God forbid, if anything was to ever happen, I don't want to get with nobody else. And I'm not the same Pebbles I was when I was with him.
That's an excellent mindset. I love that you said that because a lot of us always say you have filet mignon appetite with a peanut butter and cracker mindset. Again, a filet mignon appetite with a peanut butter and cracker mindset. And so the definition of insanity, for those of you that didn't know, is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And the reason I say that is because, again, like she said, to be a wife, you have to have wife characteristics. You have to prepare yourself for what you want in life. It's the same thing with money. If you have a broke mindset, if you get $1 million and win the lottery, you're still going to have the same characteristics and you're going to have the same habits that you were when you were broke, and eventually you're going to run out of money. But you have to prepare for the life that you want. Prepare. If you want to be a husband or wife, you have to already know in your mind, you have to be convicted of being a husband or wife, and then you have to be committed to that conviction and create those daily habits and those daily goals, again, to focus on your assignment and see the vision for your life to be that husband or wife. Again, like she said, if you're, doing the Cardi B and the Megan Thee Stallion on the dance floor, the WAP, everybody loves the WAP nowadays. That's all cool, for a season in your life. But as the trees get planted to grow, you have to grow up with the branches. And so when the day you decide, like, hey, I want to be a husband, I want to be a wife, then that's the day you have to, once you make that decision, then every decision after that has to be aligned with the assignment of becoming, that husband or wife. Again, because if not, you're just going to be stuck in a maze of timeless unrest and be stuck in, that place of limbo of, hey, I want this, I want a relationship that lasts, I want a marriage, I want kids, I want a happy family. But I'm doing nothing. I'm partying, I'm drinking, I'm smoking, I'm twerking. You're doing nothing that constitutes to the life of a married, person. And so, just on the dating, I know we were talking about dating as a single person. I just feel like, again, your stories align perfectly. Again, I love what you guys said with, you both were homebodies. You both, took care of your kids. I want to explain that to the viewers and audience listening, because you have to find somebody, especially when you're single and have kids, you have to find somebody that aligns with your vision, aligns with your parental values. Again, if I'm not saying it can't work, but you also have to make it work. And what I mean by that is you have to be able to identify someone that is aligned with how you raise children. For example, again, like they said, they're both homebodies. If one of you likes to go out, every weekend and the other one's a homebody, yeah, there's compromise in certain aspects of life, but you don't want to have to try to change somebody to fit in with your life. You rather them, um, already be aligned, and then you guys change and grow together and evolve. You don't want to hinder somebody else or hinder yourself by trying to. If somebody likes to go out every weekend, they're gonna like to go out every weekend until they make the decision for themselves to change. I want to encourage somebody on here. Maybe you're in a relationship where you're trying to change a man, or maybe you're in a relationship where you're trying to change the woman. Um, Free tip, free game for you. You can't change anybody unless they choose to change themselves. If that guy, if he likes to go to the strip club every weekend and blow money and smoke and drink with his friends and his homies, that's what he's going to do because that's what he decided to do. If that girl wants to always go out and drink with her girlfriends every weekend and go to the club, you know, with the half dress on, like she said, twerking to Cardi B with WAP, that's what she's going to do, regardless if you're her man or not. Being her man or claiming her as your woman doesn't change someone else's behavior or outlook on life. Again, you can't make somebody change. They always say you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. Same situation applies to relationships. So I love what you guys said. Rather than trying to force anything, you guys just found each other, and you guys both happened to align with each other's core principle and promise, and was able to cultivate a healthy, happy relationship. And so I commend you both on that. And again, it all started with the Yo Gotti song, Slide the DMs. And I want to talk about that from Bashir's standpoint. Um, Back then, how did you work up the courage to talk with her? Because a lot of times, especially I was actually talking about this on my Decree or Declare episode, uh, just like high school. A lot of times, you might have, like you said, your friends wanted you guys to meet each other. A lot of times we see that, but a lot of men are kind of afraid to take that first leap of faith to actually talk to the female. And so, how are you able to, recognize like, hey, this might be something, and take that courage to send that initial message?
Well, honestly, I'm an outgoing person, outspoken person, so I'm not afraid to, speak my mind. But with this, my wife, in the situation how it happened, it was kind of cool because she already knew my sister. So I already felt like, okay, that's a leeway right there. So yeah, that alone kind of like I already had the courage. And like I said, like the fact that I heard that she, that she had a kid and she was, a single parent, that kind of like that just grew on me. That right there just really kind of grew on me. Because I was going through the same thing. But yeah, the conflict, man. I just had confidence in myself. Like I said, I'm an outgoing person, outspoken person. So, it wasn't really nothing too much to, you can't be afraid to hear no. And that's with a lot of things, So you just gotta be, I don't know.
Right. No, I love what you said there, because again, you say you was the Mac Daddy, you had to put that game on and on. And you say you gotta be confident, you gotta put that game on. You said, "This is my Pebbles." Okay, you said, "This is my Pebbles." But
I'm an outspoken person, so
so
I'm very outspoken, so like I said, it wasn't kind of hard, and I wasn't afraid to hear no, So, but I'm glad she didn't say no, because look where we are now, 12 years on the line. So I'm glad she didn't reject me.
Right. I'm glad you say that, because I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan, and they always say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And so, for those of you out
Yeah.
there, there's a girl on your Facebook right now. There's a woman on your Facebook right now that's here listening to this podcast, episode 15, that you're supposed to message and be happily married for 2 years and be happily together for 12 plus years. So go ahead and message. Find your Pebbles. I encourage the audience to find your Pebbles, and don't be afraid to hear no, and make sure you have confidence in yourself. And so, with that being said, as you guys when did you guys realize that, this was the person that you wanted to marry?
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. Pebbles always wanted to get married, and I did too. But I always wanted to make sure everything was right before we did. I always told her, like, I want to make sure you're the right person. Even though I know she was the right person already, I just wanted to just, make sure that we was good and really actually getting married, because, some people, they just rush into marriage and then it don't work, you know. So I was the person like, let's just make sure that we're doing the right thing, But she was like, let's get married. I love you. I'm like, I love you too. I do. But let's just, hold back for a second. But then it grew on me, and she grew on me. Like she was the perfect, like she was my backbone. Like, man, Lord knows she was my backbone, because I was going through so much. And then she was there. She didn't have to be, you know. And even when I had my license cut off, she was there. She was there through thick and thin, through all the trials I was going through. She was behind me 100%. And she always, told me everything's gonna be okay. I got your back. Don't worry. So that kind of, you know, helped me. That she's the perfect person for me, because I could be a little off sometimes. She be right there, right behind my back. Like, no, 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 no. So yeah, this, she, like I said, man, she was I've known for a long time. I just wanted to make sure that it was the right move, and I'm glad we did. I'm glad we did make that move.
Awesome, awesome. Now, what about you, Pebbles?
But for me, like you said, I already knew that I wanted to get married. But once I got pregnant with that third kid,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, now, nigga, we're not about to be sitting here playing house. I'm not about to be sitting here, you know what I'm saying? You come home and cook meals and, getting your freak on, leaving your kids. And it's just too much going on. It's just too much going on. We got to get married. I'm not, no, I can't. I'm not about to be another baby mother. We just not about to do that.
She don't like that playing house. She don't, like she said, she cooked for me. She washed the dishes. She washed my clothes. She ironed my pants in the morning and I go for work. She did everything a wife's supposed to do. So she was like, "So what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? Like, what's the holdup?" So I gave in. I gave in, and to this day, she's still doing the same thing she's been doing 12 years ago. Cooking, folding clothes, making sure I'm ready for work, making sure the kids is ready for school, and et cetera, et cetera. So, nothing's changed but the weather.
I love you. So hold that thought because I know she had that big Bluetooth speaker in the kitchen there playing that "Let's Get Married" song every day when you got home from work. Where you say while she cooking and cleaning, going, "Let's get married." Right. And I love what you say that because it reminds me of a Bible scripture from Galatians don't get weary in well doing. Don't get weary in well doing. What he's saying for the viewers out there, I hope you guys caught that. I know we were laughing and having a good conversation, but I hope you guys caught that. What he's saying is his wife never wavered from the assignment. She stayed consistent. A lot of things that I think lacks in relationships is consistency. Like you said, find someone, if you're single, find someone that has your back. A lot of people nowadays, whether it's family relationships, whether it's siblings, whether it's intimate relationships and dating, a lot of people, we just don't have each other's back. Find someone you don't have to be the whole Bonnie and Clyde ride or die, but at the same time, find your soldier. Back in the day, I think marriages were very much prosperous because when people were married and striving, they had each other's back. One was down, the other one picked the other one up. If the other was down, the husband picked, his wife up. You have to be there for each other through, they say in marriage, rich or poor, for better or worse, for a reason. It's it's in the vows for a reason, right? They don't just say that just for the wedding. And I hope that resonates with you all because again, a lot of people also they get the ring or they get the marriage and they forget the work that led up to it and they stop doing what made them want to be married in the first place. And so what she's saying and what Bashir's saying as well is that they were able to stay consistent within each other and were also able to understand and grow together because again they were aligned with the same principle. They both had children. They both met. They both started dating, both homebodies, and both were able to stay steadfast within each other in order to cultivate a very happy marriage. And so I just commend both of you all on that. And so, with that being said, what are some main key points that you think? What are some main motivation to keeping a happy, healthy marriage, in your opinion?
Well, my opinion is to listen to what she said. Not like listen to what she say, but if she's asking for something that you're lacking of, and she wants you to not say change it completely, but try to fix it, then listen because that goes a long way.
For me, consistency, communication. Those are like the two. Well, for me in my marriage, it's the consistency and the communicating for me. You got to be consistent. You can't just be okay. Well, pacifying me for 2 or 3 days, and then you back to doing, the craziness that you was doing. So it's the consistency and just communication. It's hard. Marriage is hard. It's hard. But at the end of the day, if you want to be with that person, you got to do the work, man. It's work to get in and it's work to stay in. I tell him that all the time.
It's never hard. You just gotta stay patient and stay committed. Like I said, it's times where she may do want to break up with me, but she ain't going nowhere and I ain't going nowhere. If it's at that moment, that's just, she just feel like it's a lot weighing on her. So I gotta be that person to, tell her like, hey, things gonna be okay. I'm still here no matter what. But no relationship is perfect. You're gonna always have some ups and downs, but you gotta be. Are you strong enough to deal with it? Are you strong enough to fight for it? Because if you don't fight for it, it was never meant to be.
Awesome, awesome. I love that you guys say that again. Consistency is key in anything in life, but especially marriage. And I love what you said is listen not to hear, but listen to understand and apply what's being said. Again, if there's something that's being called out that's lacking, you know, putting forth the effort to fix it. When our car engine, when it's time to change the oil, we rush right over to Jiffy Lube or to the shop to get our oil changed, right? We don't talk to your car and say, you sure you need the oil change? You sure you want new oil? You sure you need a new filter? Right? If you get a flat tire, you don't, just keep driving on a flat tire and ask your car, man, if you don't air yourself up, you go to the tire shop and get a new tire. And so it's the same thing with marriage and relationships, right? You want to put forth effort on a daily basis to become the best version of yourself and help each other do the same, because the stronger you two are in your marriage, the stronger the bond and the stronger the marriage. And so what are some things that uh, you think are just red flags that if you see that would deter people from being married, or especially in today's society, what do you think is keeping people from wanting? I see a lot of people like, oh, it's just a piece of paper, it's just a title. What are some things that you think leads to that mindset?
Because I have a couple of friends that I guess has already been through it, like the abuse, and it don't necessarily mean fist wise, putting your hands on a wise. Abuse could be anything, physically, mentally, emotionally. So those are some of the things. Some people don't like to be told anything. I'm strong minded. I do what I want to do, and things like that. And I think some things may be the reason why people don't like marriage. You feel like, oh, when you walking out the house, you ain't about to tell nobody, oh, babe, I'm about to go do this and I'm about to do that. Like, I ain't no kid, but for me, letting my husband know, oh, I'm about to go to the store, I'm about to go do this, it's just respect. Just respecting me, letting you know where I'm going, but a lot of men and women mindsets are not like that, and they look at it a whole nother way.
Yeah, my wife, she preaches that a lot. Even if you go to the store, she want to know where you're going. Cause you just and at that you never know what happens out here. It's good to know. It's good for your wife to know where you at. You know, and I don't mind. Like sometimes I may forget even tell I'm going to the store, and then she's like, "Where you going?" And I'm like, "I go to the store." She's like, "Well, you could have just told me." And I'm like, "Right, should have just told you."
But majority of the time, it's around a time where he's supposed to have done something, or he says, I'm about to just go sit in the car. So then I'm looking for him to go to the store. Man, we live right across the street from a store or whatever. And then it's like the whole car is moved. And it's like, what the heck? Man, if you was going some other place, you should have just said that way. I could have got my little ball head butt up and went across the street to the store. So that's what causes a lot of the unnecessary conversations when you could have just, all right, man, well, I'm going to the store down here on 18th or something. All right,
Right.
cool. If you're around some store that got something that I need, then you can get it. So that's basically what it is. It's not necessarily you gonna tell me where you going. I just do it. Babe, I'm about to go to the store, or I gotta go walk down here, or I just feel like it's just respect.
The little things makes the most difference. It's the little things that count. It's the little things. If you're not willing to take care of the little things, then it's not gonna work.
I love that you said that, because the small things, like they said, lead up to those bigger things. It's the small things you do every day that make a happy marriage. I love that you said that. It's not, buying a new big diamond ring. It's not buying the house or buying the car. It's not always, her new purchase. I went to dinner, it's the anniversary. We went to Ruth Chris and had a fancy steak dinner with filet mignon, even though we were supposed to be eating peanut butter and crackers. It's those little things that add up and help, cultivate a strong, successful marriage. And, as you are dating and getting married, when you're married, you have to look at that and you have to know that when I get married, this is a marathon, not a race. Each day you got to get better and strive for greatness within the relationship and for the betterment of each other as well. And again, like they said, they have 4 kids, y'all. 3 kids by marriage and 1 outside of marriage. And having any children, but especially 4 children, you have to also set the example in the household for your children. And so, with that being said, can you tell the audience, some last second motivation or tips that you have regarding marriage, and then also tell them where they can find your podcast?
One, you can find Crown Me Queen podcast on only 2 platforms right now, and that's YouTube and Facebook. So for the YouTube, you would type in at Crown Me Queen podcast. The podcast is put together. You will see me and my other 2 ladies that's a part of it will be up there. And I try to post it up every day for to get followers and people to like and share. And also on the Facebook page, it's just Crown Me Queen podcast, and you'll find our picture also up there, just a different pose. Like I said before, guys, women, please, please, please be consistent. Be consistent, and communicate. I tell them all the time, what is we communicating for? What is we communicating for if you're not listening? Or they always say key, key is the communication is key. We got all different type of keys, and not one key is turning the door, so please communicate with your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Even him, he's not really a talker. He just sit there and just look at you. That pisses me off too. It's like, because I'm listening to that, but then you get up and you do the same craziness. So please just listen. But what I love about him, he's an Aquarius, and I'm a Cancer. And I go 0 to 100 really, really quick. I don't like stupid stuff. I just don't. But him, when I'm upset or anything, I'm holding a grudge like for maybe a week or so, maybe longer than that, depending on what it was and how I'm feeling. Him, he the same. Oh, babe, give me a kiss, give me a hug. He trying to wrap his arm around you at night, like, nah, man, I ain't trying to do all that, And that's not supposed to be good, because you're not supposed to go to bed angry and upset. And so yeah, I got some growing to do myself. So it's always room for growth within a marriage. It's not just the man. You may always hear as women, man, he ain't doing this. The man ain't doing this. He lacking on this. Yeah, I ain't perfect either. I just see things a little bit differently than he may, see as a man, and that's okay. That's what we did for, to learn and teach. Sometimes the teacher part get a little aggravating, but it is what it is.
Like she said, she goes 0 to 100 real quick. It's real quick. Me, I'm more so like, I'll be mad for that moment, but I get over it within a couple of minutes. Because I feel like, I heard what you said, and I'm gonna make that change. But I'm not going sit there and be mad at you all day. That's just not me. I'm gonna try to love on you more. And I'm gonna just get more aggravating. You bad aggravating you, I'm gonna aggravate you. Even though you're not over it, I'm gonna still love on you, kiss on you. Show you some type of love. Because at the end of we married. This is what we had to go through. So you got to stick with this, and and then she get over it. But she still be mad for them couple days. That's depending on what it is. But I love it though. I love it because this is my heart. This is who I want to be with. So why not go through it with her?
So you saying Pebbles, you saying when you mad, you play that, you turn that speaker all the way up and you play that "Can't Raise a Man" song. Y'all know, y'all know what song. Y'all listening, y'all know what song. Can't raise a man if he act like a boy. Yeah, yo. Yeah, you one of those music cleaner. Yeah, we got another one.
And her voice ain't the same either. You see this little nice innocent voice right here. It's like, it don't sound like 600.
What you say? I said I'm about to go clean. You said you gonna do it right now.
Yes.
He said, you make me mad, shoot. I'll try to clean this out. No, you clean it out, shoot. Nah, look. Hey. Well, awesome. Well, again, it's been a pleasure having Bashir and Pebbles Crudup on as part of the Crown Me Queen podcast. Again, follow on YouTube and follow the Facebook page because, like you said, they have some great content and they're always willing to share and spread joy to the community. And so, hope the thorns didn't prick you too much. Again, stay consistent, stay committed to the vision, stay steadfast with what you're doing. Don't get weary in well doing. Make sure that you acknowledge each other each and every day. And again, for better or worse, rich or poor, stay consistent with each other and helping each other become the best version of yourself. Again, this has been episode 15 with Crown Me Queen podcast as part of the Dark Law Black Garden series. This has been Dark Law, the Sharon Pebble, Crown Me Queen. Again, I hope you guys took something that resonated with you, and I hope you apply it daily to your life. For those of you that's single, go ahead and hit that girl up or that guy up on social media, slide in the DMs. For those of you that are married, make sure you continue to work on your marriage. And I'll see you guys next time inside Black Garden, releasing September 2024. Thank you guys, and hope you guys have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Create Dominion podcast with your host, Dark Law. Be sure to follow and like on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, and go ahead and follow our Facebook and Instagram pages as well. We hope that you took something and resonated with it, that you can apply it to your daily life to become the best version of yourself and decree the dominion of your mind. Remember, decree and declare and take back your rightful throne and your rightful place into the best version of yourself. Thank you.